Okay, here we are. Oh, oops, just lost my follower there. We are clearing into Andariel here in Nightmare, so it's going to be a nice big milestone for us. I like the attack rating on my little guy, so grab him back.
The sisterhood welcomes you.
I really need to figure out some better gear for him too, but it's just not really a super big priority. Ooh, ethereal belt. That's not good.
Greetings.
So my last video, which was kind of the update and the unfortunate, me mentioning that I basically lost all my normal footage to sound issues. This makes me wonder if, maybe it makes more sense to not do the webcam and then I can voice over to, the gameplay, but that kind of sounds pretty rough too, to be honest, just the way that it's structured and, losing track of your thoughts in the moment, I think, big. Kind of see the build in action a little bit. Maybe could have waited to upload that, but previous video, but it is absolutely very strong. Honestly, damage could be a little bit higher. I didn't expect it to look like that, but pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna be heading to Act 2 soon here, and see what we got going there. So I just got my 10th base skill point into Mirrored Blades, so we have 3 echoes on Echoing Strike now, which is pretty crazy. I didn't see the damage go up on it, so I feel like each one is doing the 48 to 1000 damage, so I could be wrong, but that's pretty nuts. 480 to 1000, sorry. But things are just... Oops. That was... I'm trying. I was hoping to find another pack here. Okay. Jam pack. Just gone. Okay, I'm not that good at the game. I get a little bit about what's going on, so... Couple things could be going on here, right? Either the Barbarian is really weak and undertuned. I think that's true. The Warlock is probably new and probably overtuned. It's probably true. I might have gotten a little bit better at the game since first pass through on the Barbarian. That's probably true. I have stash gear versus fending for every piece of scrap gear that drops and gambling life away on junk boots and a rare every once in a while. That's probably true too. Jeez. So I think there's a lot of factors. I do think probably one of the bigger ones here is that this is a very strong character. I don't know a ton about the game, as much as some of the veterans here, that is. Nice pack, man. What I do know, that a lot of the late game meta is Paladin versus Sorcerer, basically. Again, I don't know too much about builds, or I haven't seen too much, but there could definitely be a world here. I feel like the Warlock might be there, and I haven't even seen its magic-based builds either. Fire and miasma situation. I didn't mention it in my last video, but I am really liking Psychic Ward. right now it's absorbing 205 damage for me with all my Levitation mastery, and it's nice because like I can scale some effective HP with really my offense when I'm putting point Levitation mastery, which is really nice. When I first pulled up on that ability, I thought I was going to have to maybe split a couple points into there to stay alive, kind of like battle orders. That's just not the case, and putting a point in it is almost effective as putting a point like the left. Sure. So that's pretty interesting in terms of maybe a little bit of power creep. Maybe other classes have that, and it's just the bar pretty bad. And when I say bad, you know, it's subjective. I am playing like 3-shout Barbarian build solo, right? Like if I was playing with people, they would be really enjoying that. When I first started playing, okay, let's check this out. I wasn't sure magic resistant. It's kind of staying alive. Maybe I need some crushing blow or something.
I am overburdened.
Lobbies seemed empty for playing with people, at least for hardcore, and maybe is that, I know you can turn on like the PvP and maybe people like get PvP by somebody else. I don't know. Something I was kind of thinking about. Is that it? We just kill Radaman? It would be nice. Part of this separate Discord for Diablo 2 Resurrected subreddit. I mentioned it in this video. I'm hoping to kind of make a couple friends there to play with, especially with kind of the hype and vigor around Diablo 2 Resurrected, this Warlock class. So yeah, we'll see. To be honest though, obviously I'm playing a Warlock too, right? So I really can't comment on it, but I also am not super interested in joining a group with like 8 Warlocks. So I might wait until I make a character, maybe someone who's a bit more support, especially with me. Say though, I have to say I'm pretty interested in throwing Barbarian in Javazon. Lightning. Don't skip that. Something I didn't comment on is their movement ability seems really strong as well. It actually scales with their abilities, but it just doesn't seem like something I want to yet. It's the Blade Warp. Throw a dagger and you flash to it. That seems like when you have enough mana to waste, you fly around and start cleaving pretty quickly with that, but that might be more like a main because it kind of puts you into. Not sure. Yeah. Something I've been definitely neglecting is using, even though I just respec and put points down and to use it better or more effectively, is this consume. It's kind of crazy how much attack speed I actually get.
I am overburdened.
Not attack speed, speed. Let's look at the benefit again. Also gives me 5% chance of crushing blow, 5% damage. So, you know, it's for a couple skill points. It's tough to argue with. It's kind of the trifecta of stats thing, like life, damage, speed. The obvious thing to look for there is I'm not going to be wanting to put a lot of points into it, probably. There is some synergies with like Consume the Eldritch tree, but that means we're going to be wanting a lot of all skills if possible. And that also complements how I play Eldritch, really making it. Looks like we got battle staff there.
I am overburdened.
It's kind of crazy how strong it's still feeling. I really have not need to upgrade my weapon test 27 we picked up honor, so it's only uphill here as we start to look at maybe a couple better items. Think of it in there. Attacks get heavy. But yeah, it's going good, and maybe just a reminder to be using that consume when you can. Like right now, I have it on. Still combat. It's not like life for death. Time. Okay, so we just hit level just 44. This does mean that I get my next echo. I'm gonna get base 15 on the mirror blades. So let's look at that damage. So 1297, didn't it? Get like 100 damage, but it should have increased it by 5%. Maybe I am only getting its base skill of damage. So 4 echoes are doing the 53 to 83, not multiplying everything by 4. And I'm just doing base on 75% weapon. I think that is the case here. So it's not as quite as good as I thought, but obviously still gonna be good. We have like 5 buttons. So you don't always have to have blast. Oof. Swords flying out. Get up. I missed it. Oh.
Not enough mana.
It's because that's my lead slam, but
I can't use this yet.
I have to. Consolidate buttons. Figure another scheme. I'm also kind of unsure like what Eldritch Blast is actually doing. I've tried to like face tank with it, and it's like it's not. What's this? Like it's just not proccing. Do they need a hex? And if like they need a hex, well, it's obviously not doing enough for it. Just die. Well, I think I saw damage there. I saw it do. So they probably have to have a hex. Sphere. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fortunate to make it this far and still not know exactly the best way to use it. But it's part of what makes the game enjoyable. Honestly. Keep clear. Okay, Nightmare Burial. Thought I bugged it. Okay. Again, do some buffs. Probably. Just using the mirrored blades. Seems fine to you. Seems like my Eldritch Shield is taking care of damage that is, so pretty nice. Yeah. I ain't got nothing on me, man. Got nothing on us. Going for gold, baby. That's good. Probably gonna stop this little session here. Maybe pick up in the next day or two, but I'll probably wait to clip together. Hey, what's up? Got another video update here, or clip rather, for the video that I'm working on. We have made it to Act 4 Nightmare. As you can see, our Echoing Strikes is scaling really well. We're getting a lot of projectiles, and it's still just blowing up packs. I've prioritized life on a hit and mana on a hit just to kind of keep the show going. I did kind of discover something about the Echoing Strike I didn't realize is that it's kind of a vertex target. What I mean by that is if I put the target far, it'll like kind of go there, and if I put the target near, it'll spread it. So the projectiles will spread based on the vertex, and it becomes really noticeable when we're up to the 5 now. So I'm still using Consume, which is really nice. And again, I just have so much mana stolen on hit that like basically just lets me spam it out, and really nothing threatens me too much. We are the full 20 points in Mirror Blade, so we do have the maximum number of the Echoing Strike projectiles, which is really awesome. But that also means that our Mirror Blade single target is really scary too. Probably even if I'm like fighting a boss, it's probably better just to use that or a unique. But then again, a lot of these uniques just die unless they have like a artificially increased health pool, like Izul or Diablo or Bane, something like that. Right now we're just looking for Izul, trying to grab some more EXP. Yeah, and it's going pretty well. I'm at the point definitely where like I really don't have gear in my stash for him, and or he's like competing for a lot of similar gear as my Barbarian. It's not the same for sure, right? But you know, choice resistance pieces or big uniques. I did drop a unique ring that gives the mana for hit stolen that actually my Barbarian would like. Manald heal. Problem is I think it's probably at the point now for the Barbarian where it's a little too late to be using that, but it's hard to say. Maybe I will end up giving it a try because he definitely can use that as well. So goal here is definitely just going to be able to get to the later act here, like 5 and then start of Nightmare, so we can really start looking for endgame gear again. And I have a feeling this guy won't have trouble with progression, but he might get behind in EXP just with how kind of fast I'm going. But here's Izul. I'll show you the Mirrored Blades. Looks like we're getting frozen a little bit, but yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's pretty nice, I have to say. So we got that figured out.
I doubt it.
I don't remember exactly where to get to the River of Flame from here. I thought I was in the Plains of Despair, but could be wrong. So look for that. I'll get you back in another. I always enjoy runs of the Chaos Sanctuary. Like spawning these guys and getting the fights. The packs are usually good.
I can't carry anymore.
It looks like that's our last point in Levitation Mastery as well. So we'll have to start kind of figuring some stuff out from here. Not sure exactly where we'll want to end up with strength because the Levitation Mastery have the reduced requirement. I'm gonna guess somewhere around 150 is, well, I should say you want to get 150 with, you know, maybe 1 or 2 sources of strength from gear. You know, you can maybe count on a ring or maybe a helmet to use it, especially leveling. I'm just not sure exactly, like at the end game, what pieces might have or are really optimal yet. I'm not as familiar with that kind of stuff. As you can see, we're just murdering still. I have been enjoying using the warp dagger as a repositioning move. Like if I get surrounded pretty quick, catch it quick enough, you can usually do that before things get too bad. So that's something to note about maybe using that skill like a little less offensively. Yeah, once we've gotten all of these, jeez, that's enough to consume. The more echoes, right? There's definitely been a little bit more skill expression in mouse placement or vertex placement, really. So that's also been kind of fun to engage with. And in like situations like this where you get surrounded and you're just kind of throwing it everywhere, this is where I like using the Eldritch Blast. Get a little bit more reach and maybe a little chip damage on something that's, you know, 1 or 2 hits away from death. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the mouse and keyboard thing yet, to be honest, the noise, that is, so I'm sure something will manifest itself, but and maybe it just ends up being a new mic. I just need to do a little more research on that. So here we go, we have our Diablo fight.
Not even death can save you from me.
Just want to get buffed here. We're going to try and use mirror blades to kill it as quick as possible. Oh, that was some damage. I could definitely die to that. I think our life regen was going to keep us alive no matter what there, but spooky. I'll keep the video running until we see what those items are. It's kind of exciting. Double uniques. It's not very, is it? 2 masteries on a throwing dagger, but no damage, so that is too bad. I think I have plenty of those. Good old Hellforge run. It's nice to get gems. Found this lightning skills charm, so pretty stoked about that. Didn't think I'd be finding one of those. I think I have like one more like traps charm or something. Can't even bring them both back at once. We'll come back for the boots.
Hello.
It's like my 3rd one of those, so I surrender that.
Hello.
Hellplague, I haven't seen one of those. +2 to fire skills, level 22. That's pretty cool. I don't know where that would be used precisely, but would a sorcerer want that? You know, I don't know. That's a lot of added fire damage too, actually, so it doesn't look as bad as it seems. 43.95 for a level 33 sword with 70 attack rating. Throw that, we'll keep that. Last time in boots, you probably know what it is if you're a gamer. Faster run walk and fire resist, so nothing we need. Actually, I have that. It's a level 3 one. Yep, I do have that. Not gonna vendor that one just because that's this piece to make a mule and stash it away for maybe a new person who hops on, or maybe if I die on a low level character. But alright, we are off to Act 5, so So I'm not sure what's going on exactly anymore. We're moving through like the glacial trail area, and we're taking some damage now, both my follower and I. It's just we each have max resistances, so I wouldn't think it would be that bad, but we really do get hit really bad, and like I've easily, and the problem is really is I have 700 health. And I think last time I was here, I kind of I'm at the point where I'm maybe taking my Barbarian for granted in his survivability and his ability to deal with whatever over time. And now I have to like, look at that. That wasn't that much actually, but I thought we were going to start getting popped. It's just, it's getting scary now, and I had to get some more defenses, so I had to get out of my skin of my Viper Magi, and so I went smoke to get more resistances as well, and cap that out again. And I'm trying to balance having all my leech to actually like function with this kind of build, so it's definitely getting different here. So I'm kind of excited to see that in a way. I was wondering if it wasn't going to change much until hell. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a little underlevel, at 55 as well. I just need a lot more vitality. Look at that, we're taking damage. Maybe it's the fact that it's magic, and because my psychic ward, I just actually see the damage happen, So it could be a lot of factors. That was an interesting update. I've switched weapons and we've kind of rearranged quite a bit. Like actually pretty much all my gear. It's kind of side grading, like trying to figure out the puzzle. We're at that stage of the game where there's actually like a gearing puzzle to be had, and something must give, so you have to to function. So it's kind of fun. As you can see, the damage is good, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that damage. Dark Codex White. It's just the ability to get popped, and that's not how I like to play, so I need to rethink. I need points in vitality, but I need points in strength to get that big gear, so we'll see how it goes. So right now we're level 57, and the area level on Dale, so I'm at the part where I can fight the Ancients, is 65. Not that it necessarily inherently means anything. I mean, obviously it does, right? But if you're really strong in manner, I'm way too squishy. We need to figure out some sort of better item, because it's just not gonna be... I don't know. I don't know what I need to do to feel more comfortable precisely, but I'm wondering if maybe getting some gold to gamble a really big circlet on... I could even use my Barbarian to do it, and maybe if I get one that's a little too high level, then just you take the L, but I'm sure you can get some lower level ones too. So I think I'm gonna farm gold / EXP on council members, at least until level 60 maybe, and then we'll reevaluate a little bit. So yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting point of the character. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all there is to say about that. It's just, it's living really well. My damage is crazy. It's amazing, but I just can't afford to get popped right now. So we need to get that defense number up. We need to get that vitality up. We'll see where it goes. check out these boots. Shark skin, so they're exceptionals. Set anyone defense. 30% run walk. Little chargeable, whatever. 40% cold res, 20% fire, 24% M fire. Thank you. That's the one. So we're back here on a new day. know this video will get a couple clips, but I decided to stop farming the Trevinical and to, jeez, taking damage. Come look for a Monarch shield or something to put Spirit into. That could maybe help out because it gives a lot of vitality as well. But we are here back on the Barb, but let me tell you, it is not easy going. Like, we're slow, nothing like before. We're taking damage. Thankfully, playing the other character, I found this belt, the Night Smoke. 50% of damage taken goes to mana. Pretty much gives you all the mana you want while you're whirlwinding. I am definitely noticing, like, there's a really big difference in, one, the amount of potions I'm drinking as a melee. I basically, I mean, I drink potions, you know, on Warlock, but I don't know if I forgot how to play, but it is taking only a few seconds here for me to be like, just sucking down Darjeeling, you know. Granted, I do have to do that kind of Grimoire strat like that, but then I just get free hits on this. But it's interesting. Again, just not used to that. So I am really hoping we can get into a White Monarch short, so or we could maybe just get our Colossus Blade. Either would be really awesome. So it's kind of, we're getting a good double out of this, where I felt like the gear that was dropping in the Trevinical was a little lackluster for what would be ideal. So we'll see where this goes. We will get a gear piece for both characters. So if you're keen, you might be able to, like, kind of guess how many runs I'm in based on how the EXP bar has changed. I don't know, I'd guess somewhere in the 10 to 20 range, maybe closer to like 14. We're definitely putting the nose down. Maybe even 15-ish is better, I guess. Honestly, I took like a run or two, but I feel like my memory or whatever kind of came back with how to be playing this. And something really interesting happened. So we've been getting some okay stuff. I found another phase blade. So that's good. Found a couple good bases, a couple random uniques. So everything's been fine. I found probably the best charm I found, one of the best charms. I'll show it to you after this pack. But what I really ended up finding was, I think it dropped as a 5-socket. No, it dropped as an ethereal. That's right, ethereal pole axe. It's not a pole axe actual. It's like the, I think it's the elite. I'll get it on my collar in a sec. And this was pretty early on. Pole axe. It is a pole axe. Okay. I don't know if the pole axe is even that good. I just saw ethereal, a lot of damage, like a lot more average damage than my other than like his current weapon. But anyways, you might have just saw it there. Poleaxe might be the elite. It's a pretty high strength requirement. Anywho, I went for the cube recipe and I got a 4-socket. And you know what that means is I put insight in there. Now, okay, what that does is kind of crazy because, well, level 15, in addition to just being like a weapon that's 2 or 3 times as strong, and I can make up for the lifesteal on a hit with his helm, I have the meditation aura. Now, this is no secret to people who play a lot of D2 or have been around any build websites or whatever. I've actually seen the term insight quite a few times just on like the Reddits. Like people are like, I have trouble with mana, and people are like, just build insight. And so I got that 4, and I was going down 4-socket F3L, and I'm like, this is gonna be a sweet follower weapon, right? I don't know if you can use jab still though. That's kind of the part. I don't think it really matters.
I can't carry anymore.
I have to say, it is as good as they make it out. If you're able to use the Act 2 Mercenary, and if you're able to get the runes, because the rune cost is relatively cheap. I think the rarest rune in there was a soul, which isn't even that rare. I think I had 3 and I made quite a few soul items already. It is really powerful. So now what this has done is it's made me rethink about how I'm approaching my Barbarian actually. If I can have that aura. Because I've done a lot of priority on mana items. And granted, I think it's probably like percent regenerate mana, but I could be wrong because I've never seen straight mana regen. So I still need a good base pool. Excuse me. I don't like when they just dense at the start. But I can kind of get away from that life on hit, that mana on hit that I was going for, and really even mana potions in general. I probably don't need. Situations where I would need them is maybe I'm like up against a mana burn pack, and like I have to be able to drink something. And there, maybe just the full regen pots are sufficient. But like I've done some weird things, like my gloves are the blood gloves, but they're strictly worse than some other ones I found. Not strictly worse, right? Because then I wouldn't be wearing them. But they have like 3% mana on hit, but only 1% life stolen. Right? So it's like, okay, well, we can get a lot better gloves. We could get, maybe, because what, it's 1 to 4 innate, then whatever the natural is, so what, like 8% life on hit, or life stolen per hit is probably pretty reasonable for those. That's a lot of survivability. I'm using... Sheesh. There we go, 82. I was hoping to get that on 83, sorry. I was hoping to get that. We're using this ring, it's like 53 attack rating, which is fine. It has cold res, and 7% life stolen on hit, just to... And it's magic find. It's a really good ring, don't get me wrong. But we could definitely wear, like, I found another Ravenfrost, for example, so we could maybe wear that. This necklace obviously is doing something different, but it kind of opens up my necklace slot. It just so happens right now that's the one I'm using. But again, I've really tailored even this belt, right? 50% of damage taken goes to mana. It's a 10 all res. It's a good belt, but it doesn't do a lot for me. It's not really defense. Basically 10 all res and mana.
I am overburdened.
just really opening up constant Whirlwind also means that, you know, maybe I could go big life on hit. Nice, found the key. Go really big on the life on hit and wear 2 dual wield and have the mana to leech up the entire time. Now, yeah, it's a little scary. You might still have problems if you get hit because, you know, there's definitely not as much strength as defensive strength as wearing the shield. Oh, rare ring. Let's go. Oh, I can pick up another item in there. But right, it's exciting, you know. It's like we could make something happen like that. So sell this Gothic bow.
Good day.
So we'll see what comes of it. Other items I've found so far is I found another white phase blade. It's not superior, which is too bad, but I could cube it because it's not superior. Don't think I will. I think I'll just hold on to it. I found like a white berserker axe, which is good. Found this great Hauberk 3-socket that could throw some good stuff in. Yeah, a couple of sets. The other big item here. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. I found a natty 5-socket thresher, which is the elite scythe. What that means is for my Warlock, it opens up 2 potential big items that I can make now because I do have an Ohm. And the Ohm rune. Oh, I don't have an Ist, do I? Okay, well, juts that down. I could make Obedience. And Obedience is about 370% enhanced damage and 20 to 30 all res. So my issues with resistances could be hugely improved. And it has the 30% chance to class level 21 enchant when you kill an enemy, and it does the minus 25% enemy fire resistance on. So we could get a really powerful weapon with resistances, and that just makes the life stolen on hit way better. And then, you know, what we could do is we could take this insight and bring that over to basically this gear set over to that guy. So we'd solve mana on there as well, and we wouldn't have to focus so much on the leech, and we could wear just strictly, you know, some better gear. And we'd have so we could focus on life stolen on hit and the big damage, and we'd be looking really good. So even though I haven't found the spirit or the monarch yet, which is the ideal, because then I can actually wear obedience and monarch, I'm still pretty interested in trying for that monarch right now. I think the Warlock is looking really good. Now, I was thinking a lot about Call to Arms. The problem is I don't have the Maul rune either. Okay, so that's pretty far out. But what that could do is it has huge damage increase, +1 all skills, and then 1 to 6 battle orders, 1 to 4 battle cry. So that could be good on both characters and lifesteal on it. So I could wear that on this character and bust him up, and I'm pretty sure because it doesn't say Barbarian only, I could use that on any character, and so that could be a way for the Warlock, if I 5-socket with Mount Ist, that he could gain a huge amount of life. The duration probably wouldn't be super awesome, but I think that's fine. So it's been a really good night for the run. Really just for the account progression, actually. So yeah, just wanted to, that will probably be the last clip in this, and next time you'll see me picking back up on the Warlock. So nice, have a good one. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna throw on one last clip to circle it back to finish on the Warlock, actually. We're gonna go see if we can kill the Ancients. So let's see how this goes, huh? I have 3% mana on hit, and it's like, just because I do so much damage, it's enough to... I didn't even put on the insight yet for for my follower because he was liking the strength. But let me tell you this obedience, and then I also put on double Raven Frost. Just because doing more damage, I decided to drop the 7% mana hit, and that was a really, really good decision. It's incredible how much attack rating those end up giving you. I don't really get the calculation unless it's like because it's multiplying because of my Levitation mastery, which makes sense, but it seems like it wouldn't do that, but it does make sense that it does, so I won't complain too much because physical is tough life, so let's see, we're just throwing shit, or mowing down. I think we can definitely get to hell now, so that's really exciting. Because this guy, when he gets leveled up a little bit, is going to be able to farm a lot better than the Barbarian. Although, again, I was enjoying that Barbarian gameplay. It's getting to the point where it's really second nature farming there, and I know how to treat each pack in the scenarios. I've seen most of the permutations of fights, you know. I probably will end up having to get a little bit more mana on the hit to keep this going, or just get insight going, or set some follower levels, but again, I think once I get just a couple more levels, it shouldn't be a big problem. Oh, is this it? No. It probably was near the end, back where I were. Stamina looking really good. Absolutely mowing them down. The unfortunate part is that losing either one of these characters is a huge detriment, because lose the follower gear, which is the duress. I only have the one duress. I only have the one strength pike right now, so I don't really want to lose that much. His mask he has is whatever, but I really like that it's 20 strength. Lets him just wear stuff a lot earlier, and with that's how he is wearing duress right now, is he's wearing the strength spear with, so that's plus 20, and then he's wearing that mask, the horror mask, and that's giving him another 20. That just boosts him to duress territory. Okay, here we go. I think this should be pretty face roll, but we'll see, huh? I can always use Q. Yeah, that is absolutely slamming him. My follower died. Yeah. You're looking really, really good. I think we're just going to put points in strength, even though I've been really after vitality, because I want to be able to get to some of that new pieces of gear. And just blade warp. Huge increases. So yeah, it's late, but so I'll leave the rest for a later day. Well, you know what? Let's go get the waypoint. I suppose we should have a follower. Huh? So I'll keep it running. Okay.
Besting.
I was worried for a second I didn't have the gold. I was gonna be pissed. Do have really good speed now as well.
I am overburdened.
Look at that Dalshin Falsh. Yeah, those guys were taking a longer to kill before, which I was kind of worried about the damage, so yeah, happy about that. And I'm pretty sure it's on 4-2, so let's go right to it. Start fishing for that wave. Dude, you know what? Let's just go kill him. Let's start next time in hell. That'd be so cool. I think we still want the waypoint because we might farm them. So this will be a good little end of... Oh, don't tell me. Dang. I'm gonna go check. Is it here? It is too. I thought it was, but getting a lot of EXP. Oh no, maybe I didn't level on the ancients. Maybe it gave me the bonus. Ugh, assuming it's frustrating sometimes. You actually have to target. You'd think you would just like eat them, but probably because if you have multiple demons, it lets you select. Like if you run like some sort of demon build, that'd actually be pretty cool. Like a demon build that you know, you summon your goat man and then you like rely on tainted or something. Sacrifice the goat man. Make use of that consume. Wonder how much scaling there is with that. Oh, there could be a waypoint over there. I'm bad at the game, man. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I could just go rock straight into hell and drop the Lilith's Wall for probably an Ancient's Pledge again. I do have a Pavis, I believe. Maybe it's an Aegis. 3 sockets, so I could get a bigger defense one as well. It just needs a lot of strength, and I know a lot of people are pretty into min strength. I really like having access to the higher defense here, even on this like ranged character, so that's kind of how I'm gonna run it. I know it's kind of a non-bow though with the Levitation mastery, but I do have, you know, 2 more. I will have 2 more respecs, so what I can do is I can go high strength for a while, and then when I start getting some gear that helps that kind of differential, then I will go back to the lower min strength build. And then too, once I have my later gear, I can figure out what strength I actually need, like what is the choice piece. I guess I'm going to be using Obedience for a really long time. Probably until like some of those like high-end 6-socket rune words. But those could be a long time off, especially if I'm kind of keeping with the solo self-found pace. I'm actually not locked to the solo self-found. Jeez. Don't like those. But I think overall I end up enjoying the game more. Same thing in Path of Exile when I play it. But the thing is it's just like a different game. Like you get to optimize all of your pieces really well, but there is more longevity. I really don't like those ghosts. Those are actually hitting me pretty hard in here. Now I do know that Bale is like straightforward, but I think you're supposed to clear this in case you want to kite. I actually do have good kiting potential here. So I just want to kind of play it safe. That last pack is pretty nasty. I'm gonna guess I'm just gonna mow him down though. Jeez, didn't even see him and there's just a whole pack. I'm like, why am I taking some damage here? This Echoing Strike is really nuts though. I don't know if I've said it before, but like I've looked at the tree. Like I have ambitions of trying something else that's a little different with like Cleave and the Eldritch Shield. But I think that's going to be a lot more gear dependent. But the advantage is I think just the AoE, like kind of leech clear could be better. There's also the skill that vacuums, so like I'm wondering if you could like warp dagger around, vacuum everything, and cleave with Eldritch Blast and have like really good synergy with Hex Purge. So kind of curious. I'll have to double check all that, or maybe if there's another way to do that. I think it could be cool. Yeah, maybe you do have to clear them all so that he spawns them? Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to stay out of range of the... I noticed you can kind of outrange his... I believe it's Decrepify Curse, so I keep that. Looks like I'll ding on the next pack. I'll have to get closer for these guys. Nice, I love being able to switch that back. Council members. Lost the follower. I go get him. He always dies on councils. Like when you're farming that, like you just can't keep him up long. Like yeah, you can get a couple
Yes.
of. It's in a strength. Good warp. Just a little bit more damage. Okay. Did he not die, buddy? Come back. Yeah, nice. Really good damage. We are very ready for hell. Mix my potions. Okay, so we're gonna speed into him and smash Q. And even check the R damage too.
The seeds of creation itself.
Yeah, it's Q. Easy, dude. So freaking easy.
Your destruction.
I mean, we're juiced the fuck, but... Come back. You never know. You never know if it's good.
Evening.
Not good. For level 30, it's fine. Have
What do you need?
and stuff like that. 3 to offensive auras. Okay. Might use that. That's kind of sad because I actually just sold a 3 to offensive auras circlet, but I had a +2 all skills, so I think I'd probably rather use that. That's pretty good, but it's level 40, so can't get that. Could have been a 6 to all auras, which would be cool if I ever played in a party.
Hello.
There's usually a good gold pile over here. I mean, not worth. Not even that much. Oh well. An easy, dude. 2 characters in hell. I think I'm gonna try Prog on the Warlock and see where we can get. Probably end up farming the Countess for a long time is what it will be, because he's gonna be a lot better at the Countess farm because of those ghosts that are immune to physical that the Barbarian has. So we'll see what kind of runes we can pull up.
Good day.
Then in worst case scenario, I have a really good rune base. Either character dies. Yeah, anyways, this is the official, thanks for watching. I'm gonna whip this up.